What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Doing more dirt work. My dogs have been busy. Being dogs, I guess. You know. So, I got a bunch of holes to fill, and that's just what I'm gonna do. I wanna say something real quick. I know that I'm gonna say this again when we do this stream today. Today is Sunday, the 29th. I got a Red Dead Redemption live stream scheduled at 3 o'clock. Whatever. You'll probably see this after that, whatever. But I want to just mention something real quick. This whole page, the YouTube page, raising money for charity, No Kid Hungry. And I mentioned that I want to get members on YouTube because that's where the charity donations come from. Ooh, what's that? There's a giant rock here. Daggone, giant rock. I'll get it. I said that I wanted to get 250 members. And that we were at 258, I think, at the beginning of that video. But I said, you know, sometimes people that didn't subscribe on their own, if they were gifted a membership, they don't re-up, and you gotta just, you know, don't assume that 258 is gonna stay. Let's get members, let's raise some money for charity, let's feed these kids. Yeah, I started that last stream and they were going so fast that I couldn't keep up with them. And then I went back later and I read the stream after the video had posted. And I couldn't keep up with them then. I have to pause it and I can usually just do that. Pause it, make my notes. It was going so fast, they didn't all show up. I'm not kidding you. They didn't even all show up when it was later and I could pause it and all that stuff. I could hear myself saying names that I couldn't see on the scrolling thing. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is really like completely overwhelming to me and so much appreciated. So thank you, everyone. If you're watching this right now and you want to know how to do it, you just go to the memberships tab right here on YouTube and you join a membership. There's a video there that explains what all the different tiers are for. Please watch that video and you will be fully aware of everything that's going on. At the end of that stream that I did, the playthrough part 4, there are like 416 members or something crazy like that. You guys, that's amazing. I've been doing this for like 6 months, trying to raise money for charity, this is amazing. We're gonna give over $1,000 this time, every month. Every month, you see the videos where I make the donation, take all the money that's given from YouTube and send it over to No Kid Hungry. We're gonna give over $1,000 this month. And that's amazing. And I would love to do that every month. But I wanna thank you right now. I am completely overwhelmed and I really appreciate everybody's participation. That is amazing. Thank you. Incredible. I'll tell you what, you know what? There's a lot of us here and you may think, you know, like if I donate, I'm not doing any good. It's only $2.99. If we all do it though, that makes a big difference. That's amazing. I really, really appreciate it. And I am sure that those kids who are looking for a meal really appreciate it too. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you. There's a big stump right here, I think. Well, maybe not. Maybe not right there. Oh, that's what I thought was a big stump. You have to excuse me, I'm not wearing a shirt today. I'm sorry if my pants fall down. I'm working on making my butt bigger. Doing all the gym buddy stuff. Hopefully I'm gonna get a bigger butt. Then my pants won't fall off. Right now, I'm working on it. But, so, what I'm doing right now, filling up this wagon, and I'm gonna take all this dirt. I've gotta do this. I bet you I've got 20 loads that I need to put in my backyard. We've done this before. It's the moles. The moles are in the ground. The dogs try to get the moles, and they dig giant holes. And maybe they get the mole, maybe they don't. I don't know. Sometimes I find dead moles. Haven't found them all though, because we're still getting holes. Anyway, also, we had a really, really crazy heat wave last week. And our dogs, you know, they can come in whenever they want, but they like to be out in the sun and they like to play in the yard, whatever. So we let them out. And sometimes when they get so hot, they dig a hole because they know that the ground underneath is cooler. So all these things, I got giant holes in my yard, trying to fill them in. And then I've got grass seed, and I think I still got some fertilizer even. And I got 3 bales of straw. That's what I'm doing today before this stream. I'm gonna try and get some of these holes filled up and get some grass going. And I want to tell you something. Indiana this year, we've got so much rain. So much. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks now. You know how that goes? Like, you want it to rain? Go get a car wash. And then it rains. Or you want it to not rain? Put down a bunch of grass seed and straw. That'll make it not rain. All right, so that's being negative. I shouldn't talk like that. Anyway, this wagon is a little suspect. Sometimes it tips on its own before I want it to. I'm gonna see how this load goes. Let me get, yeah, whatever. Anyway, this behind me, if you've watched the other videos, you've seen this before, but down there in the woods, that's where I dump all my leaves in the fall. I've made a little path back here. There's a big stump. I might dig that out today. We'll see how things go, but look, you can see I back up there, got my dump trailer. My, maybe you've seen it. My, not patented, but maybe should be patented. I don't know. I don't think it's completely safe. And I don't think that what I've got, my yard sweeper, is built really for how I use it, but I got a thing where I sit on a board. It's all connected to this four-wheeler, but there's like chains and stuff. And I sit on a board that's right here. I push it down and sit on it, and it all together, it raises my yard sweeper up, and I can back right in here without having to really think about it because it's raised off the ground. And I back down my little trail there and I dump it. And it works. It works really well. But look, I've got this hill, this whole, I don't know if you can really tell, but if you can see, like from this angle, you can kind of see how there's that hump right there? It's cool, but you can also see where when I come through here and I cut the grass, I come all the way up here and I don't know. I mean, eventually this might, I mean, I want it all to fall back that way, obviously, but It might be a lot more flat. If these dogs keep doing what they're doing, it shouldn't be any problem at all. And I talked to Taylor yesterday about getting a tractor. That's probably not happening. But the truth is, you know what? One day if I get one, I'm gonna love it. But you know what? I can do this. I got a wagon and a four-wheeler and a shovel. And I'm gonna do a lot less damage, knowing myself. I'm gonna do a lot less damage if I don't have a giant tractor that makes it real easy to dig big giant holes. I'll tell you what, it'd be nice to have one today though. But so, anyway, I'm gonna fill up some holes that are right up against our house, and then I'm gonna set this thing out. There was a slide in the yard. Some of you have seen it. Nobody uses it anymore. I've been cutting grass around it for the last, well, 12, 13 years, and I'm tired of it, and I've been tired of it. I love to cut grass. I just hate it when I have to go around things. Anyway, finally, I was able to talk Taylor into letting me take it out. So it's gone now, but there's a giant hole where it was. I'm gonna fill that up too. Load after load after load. We're doing it today. So anyway, hang out if you want. That's what's happening. That's what's happening today. Anyway, right on. Take care. All right, so I got this. It's a tamp, right? And one of the things, you do all this work, getting all the dirt down there, and then 3 days later, 5 days later, whatever it is, it all settles. And you realize that you didn't fill up the hole. You tried, but that tamp, hopefully that'll help me. I'm hoping it's gonna help me get it so it won't settle too much after I'm done. I won't have to come back and do it. You know what? I'm gonna have to do it again. Of course I'm gonna have to do it again because the dogs are not gonna stop being dogs. It's all right. Whatever. It's all good. Anyway, I'm just trying to, a lot of this stuff too, like a lot of these spots are not from the dogs, they're from my mower. I try not to do it. But when I'm cutting grass, I've got a 0-turn mower, you know. And this soil, it's real sandy. And so when I turn, it's one of those, you drive it like this, right? So when I turn, my tires spin out almost every time. Maybe I'm in just too big of a hurry, I don't know. But my tires spin out, they dig holes. Because I cut the grass, it's the same, the grass doesn't change sizes, right? So I turn in the same spot, even if I cut it this way, and then the next time I cut it that way, and I cut it this way, and however, I'm still going around the yard twice to kind of get it to where I can go all the way and then turn. And I turn in the same spot every time. I try not to, but I do. And if you look, I don't know how well you can see it, but all through here, can you still see me? So all up through there, you can see little spots where the grass, you got little spots like that. That's for me turning. You know, try and make it easy on myself, and I am the one that's to blame. I keep blaming my dogs. My fault. Whatever. You get it. I mean, everywhere I look through here, I need more dirt. Everywhere. I think it's so cool though. I see these guys that, you know, like are yard guys, right? And they have, their whole yard looks like a putting green. It's so cool. But they spend a lot of time. They're out there with, my goodness, they got these special rakes, and they put sand down, and they spend a lot of time, probably a lot of money on their yards. But my goodness, it looks cool when they're done. For me, of course, I would love to have a yard that way, but I'm afraid that the moles are just not going to stop coming. And talk about spending money. Daggone, I would never, ever not be filling up holes. And all the sand. So I'm probably going to put seed on some of this, because there's just so much that I'm doing right now. But if you use sand to fill holes in your yard, the grass will grow up through it. If there's grass in the hole, just gradually put sand in there and it'll grow up through it. You don't have to reseed it necessarily, you know what I mean? But this, for me, I might do a little bit of seeding. I might just do a little bit. I realize that I'm not on the camera right now. There's just so much. This though, honestly, where I am right now, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yeah, it could be better, but it's just gonna get holes again. You know what I'm saying? This hole though, let me show you. Right underneath our hose, all of that, that was a hole. Let me show you this. There was a good hole right here too. Ooh, look, little frog. Get out of there, little buddy. Don't want to get tamped. Anyway, I would point the camera down, but if I do, it's gonna fall off. So, that's what I'm talking about. Get that flat. Let me show you something. Now, I rake this out. See? If you don't get it packed in there, it's going to settle. And it might settle anyway. But now that's kind of the height that I want, right? So, right here, this is where that swing was. So I'm gonna be dumping a lot of dirt right there. Remember it? You see what's going on here. I'm sorry, I said swing, didn't I? Slide is what I'm trying to say. But I wanna show you something else I got. I got this sack. That thing is awesome. That thing, what's it called? The mantis. It's called a mantis. And I'm using it as kind of a cheater. And I'm just gonna go around. See this giant hole here? See that? That's a Sophie hole. I'm sorry, not Sophie, dear God. That's a Bella hole. Sophie was our other dog that we had that was big and giant like Bella. And I always call her Sophie on accident. She's gone now. She was a sweet, sweet dog too. Anyway, that's a Bella hole. She digs that and she lays in it, and it's hard as a rock. So I'm gonna use this thing to cheat a little bit, make it easier on myself. Gotta turn it on. Check this out. Found some wire. I'll show you in a second. get something to cut that. So I gotta cut that, obviously, and then I'll, whatever I don't cut, I'll cut it right here and then just bury it. Make sure I get that buried. But see this? All along the fence, all the way around, all the way around. I buried fence like that, and so my dogs can't dig out underneath the fence, and it works. But this fence right here, this used to go straight. So it used to go straight, I don't know, to about where that tree is, which is right here. It used to just go straight there. And then I recognized after a little while, while I was cutting the grass and hanging out, that the rest of our yard was nobody was ever using it besides me. And the only time I was in it, the only time I was ever in it was when I was cutting the grass. And so it was kind of like, what's the point of having it if we're not in it, not using it? Anyway, you saw what this does. It's my cheater. It just loosened all that up now. And I'll show you what I'm gonna do next. This is kind of what I'm doing all day too. Let me get this thing over here. With all the stuff. So, this wire, I think I'm done with it. I'm probably gonna have to throw that away. After a while, I mean, after years, this stuff corrodes and it's no good anymore. It's no good for a dog barrier, I guess. A dog, see, look at that. It almost, I mean, looking at it right now, there's no hole there, right? Because when those dogs, when they dig the hole, it's not like they take the dirt out of here, they just move it around. So I've learned over the years that I can make it easier on myself by using the mantis. And this is helping, I'm sure, but it's not. It's not getting it all the way, but it's getting it closer. I got an idea of where I am with it. All right, so I'm just gonna dump this whole thing right here. I did not do that, no. Oh. So, sorry, Taylor just asked me if I had given our kid his medicine. Oh my goodness. That's probably going to be good for there. There's a spot that's closer. Let's see if I can get that back up. Oh, goodness. Oh. Oh. Anyway, this is it. Get it in there and rake it flat. And probably real soon, I'm gonna have a nice hole here. That's just the way it goes. You know what? If the dog's happy, I'm happy. You guys have seen that. I'm not a very good dog trainer. But if we have dogs at our house that are happy, enjoying their lives. I don't know. The thought of that makes me pretty happy. That's why we get them, so we can spoil them. And they're pretty awesome. All right, let's see where we're at now. With this, my tamp. What I need is, I don't know, people call them different things. We used to call them a pounder when I was doing concrete. It's this big, heavy machine that vibrates, and it just kind of cruises along and it pounds the ground down. Do it pouring concrete so you can make sure you got a really good foundation. Pour the concrete on top of. Basically, it's this, what I'm doing. It just makes it 1,000 times easier. Okay, so let's see. So I'm doing all this. I think, you know, it's probably cool. It's probably all right, but I'm gonna put grass seed on this too. And then straw, and really hope that grass will grow. Daggone it. Just because I don't, you know, I don't want to have a yard that looks like nobody cares about it. Nobody ever, well, I shouldn't say nobody ever sees it. You're looking at it right now. Plenty of people see it. I'm trying to take pride. Oh, goodness. I am trying. Sometimes I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle, but whatever. But we'll see. I got it all pretty flat now, and that's, I think, as good as that's going to probably get for now. It's just right here. I want to show you this. Because look at that. That's where the slide was, right? You can kind of see. The posts were right here. I pulled those out. That hole right there was underneath the slide. And then this, can you see how there's like a mound right there? Obviously you can see the dirt there, but the water, when it rains, it comes all down right through here. Which may make this a huge, huge headache. I think I'm gonna take my mantis, and there are, if I get down at this angle, you can kind of see how it's mounted up there and there. I may just, you know what? All this needs grass seed. Why not just try and do it right? But I'm not kidding you. I have to start. You see this stick right here? I have to start from there and put dirt all the way down to just about where that bare spot is right there. That's hard to do, but, and a pretty wide area. I mean, I'm not kidding you. That's probably 10 loads. I'm gonna do it. But yeah, that's a lot of dirt. And then over here, you can see that. That is one that I filled. You've already seen that if you watched the video before. And then all along that fence, there's a spot where they dug out. But I know you can't see all this right now, but there are spots over there when I'm cutting grass that it's big holes. I'll show you when we get there, but I gotta fill those in too. Maybe I'll do everything and do this last, because then when I finish with that, I won't look over and see a giant hole, but already be worn out. So I walked away from this. I'm gonna tamp all that and rake it out. But we're getting this fixed. Chickens, where you at? Where you at, chickens? Back up here, getting more dirt. You know what I think I did? I think I called Margot Sophie. I know that I called her Sophie, but then I think I also called her Bella, who's another dog that we had, who's no longer with us. Margot is our dog's name. Daggone. I'll tell you what, you know what? There's like I said, dogs are gonna be dogs. My old dogs used to dig holes too. I think that filling these holes up, what is that? Would that be like a Freudian slip or something? Reminded me of my old dog. Anyway, Margot is her name. My wagon is being a little suspect. I'll show you what I'm talking about. These wagons are great. I've talked about that before, this whole thing before, but they've got to make them so that they can manufacture them at a certain price. And I get it, but also they're great, but they're not great. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. I've made some adjustments to my wagon, and it's working kind of. But just driving back up here to get more dirt, the latch on it gave out on me, which is definitely not cool, because that's what I tried to fix. And I don't know what else I could do to make it work better than what I've already done. So, fingers crossed, it keeps working. I'm going after this stump. I'm gonna get it. All this kind of stuff is in the way. I'm in the woods. Ooh. I bet you if I just keep digging where I'm digging though, I'm gonna get it. There's a root right here. It's dead. It's been dead for years. So it should not be that big of a deal to dig it out, but we'll see. One thing I miss about doing construction is having hands that were used to this kind of thing. My hands have gone soft. I have no calluses. I have no calluses, so I'm definitely gonna have blisters after this. That's kind of the way it goes. I don't do this stuff anymore. Anyway, if I keep doing it, I'll get my hands back. Yeah, this tree's been dead for a while. Ooh, there's a pretty good one. Let's see if I can get that. Got it. You know, this is pretty good too for the whole gym buddy thing. I'm not following my own advice and resting, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not, you know, trying to work out, I guess. Gone. There it is. See? These suckers. Right here. That stump's coming out though. We're doing it together. You're not helping much, but whatever. Root by root. I'm gonna have to go around to the back side of it, I think, now. All this stuff, I don't know, one day, it might just be flat. Can you imagine doing all that by hand? They're going at this rate though, I might. You get my dogs up here, they'll make it flat. So I want to say that these gaming streams are kind of fun, aren't they? I'm terrible at playing, but hopefully now that I can do it more regularly, I'll get better and it'll be a little bit more enjoyable to watch. That was a stubborn one. There's a bunch of them right here where I'm digging. I'll get them. Eventually, I'm gonna get them all. I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna have to show you as soon as I dump this what I'm talking about with the latch. Trying to get most of the dirt up front and leave the back open because I want the weight to be in the front. That way it's less likely to open up, but it's not guaranteed. Also, I'm not very patient. I know that I have to go slow when I'm pulling this wagon, but I don't go slow, so that's my own fault. Got stuff to do. Maybe that's it for now, for this load. I'll show you at least this part that I'm talking about. So, see that? Get the heavy stuff up front. This latch, my goodness. You see that? I've got a daggone, that's a nail. I can show you this better once I dump it too, but I got a nail. And this whole thing, this wire right here, when you pull that lever, if you push this forward, that releases it, right? So there's like a little lip right here that goes over this. I'm sorry. There's a little lip right here on this lever that holds this whole thing down. And over time, it gets worn out. There's a spring. I'll show you the spring on the bottom of it. But I did this whole thing to try and make it so, to kind of tighten it up. And if you know something about these wagons and you know there's a way to just tighten it without putting a nail and a bunch of wire, please tell me. Because I'll do that. I couldn't figure it out otherwise though, so I just made it my own way. Oh, and so far it's working, kind of. I'll just go slow on the way down there, but we'll dump this and then I'll show you again what I'm talking about. Look at these guys. My neighbor's horses, that's so awesome. Aren't they pretty? They've got 2 more up there, actually 3 more. One of them's a little bitty guy. They have a daughter who's, shoot, I'm not even sure how old she is now, 4? They got her a horse, just a little one. It's never gonna get any bigger. But look at that. So cool, right? They just hang out. They ride them a lot. They got a trailer and they take them different places and all that. It's really cool. But I tell you what, the coolest thing is when they're all in that corner or somewhere down, you know, and they take off running because they're getting fed or something. They all run at the same time. It sounds like thunder. It is so cool. Anyway, let's dump this and then I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about with the latch. All right, here we go. Sorry, hold on to her. Dang on. All right, so look, check this out. This moves back and forth. And I'm gonna have to show you even more here in a second because I gotta get the rest of the dirt out of this. But man, the hole right here is just dang on. So there's a couple things that happen right here in this spot. For one, the dogs like to dig here, I think, probably from a mole, right? Oh. And the other thing is, when I'm cutting my grass, I'm going downhill right here, and I gotta go around these posts. And when I do that, going downhill, and again, the weight of the mower going downhill, and I'm trying to stop and stay close and do all this stuff because I hate weed eating. I dig holes myself. Oh, I don't mean to dig. And I don't know there's anything I can do about that. Okay, so. I'm try to show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so there it is. Now, this whole thing, I'll just show you. You push it forward, that lets it go, right? Well, so this lip right here that holds it, which you can't really see, of course, it's right here, this part. That part, over time, doesn't want to grab all the way back on this black part as far as it needs to actually hold it. So, let me see if I can do this. Can't really. Okay, it's got a little bit of bend. But you see under here? See that spring? So I pulled the spring back. I put that nail in there. Can you see it? Daggone, it's so hard to do the camera. Okay, I put a nail in there. You can see it now. To kind of shim it, right? To push it and hold it where I need it to be. And then to keep the nail in place, wrapped it with that wire. I mean, come on. There's gotta be a better way. There has got to be a better way to do that. Or at least like adjust the thing so that it stays back far enough. That's, Sorry. That's why I have to make sure every time I load this thing to make sure that I put the dirt in the front so it pushes the weight down on that thing. Because if it's in the back, it will definitely open. And when it opens, when you're driving, it dumps everything wherever it opens. I've had that happen several times. It's not cool. Whatever. It's part of it. But I mean, you know what? It's better than walking up there with a wheelbarrow. That'd be a lot of steps. And see this? See how light it is? It's like very handy, but also, like I'm saying, they're trying to save money when they manufacture these things, so it's not real sturdy, and it doesn't last long. If I could only spit it out, it just doesn't. Whatever. It'll be all right. One day, maybe I'll have a tractor. Isn't that, like I've asked, this isn't the first time I've asked either, if I can get a tractor. The answer's been no so far, if I keep asking. Is that how it works? I think that's how it works with me. If I say no to something and someone keeps asking, then eventually I just say, you know what? Yes. Yes. How's that sound? And then everybody's happy, right? Maybe, just maybe, I can pull that off. Oh, man. So yeah, we've been here before. If this looks familiar, that's because we've done this already. And that is what I'm saying. It's just kind of part of it. Oh, well. And this is just one load. I mean, my goodness. I've got too much here, I think, but it's okay. I'm gonna tamp it down and then it won't be too much. But this is just a spot. There's another really big hole down there. And then up along the fence, there's a couple holes. Once I get those though, then I'm ready to get that big hole over there, which I'm excited about because, my goodness, one day we might have some grass. It looks good. And when I cut the grass, I won't have to drive around all these things. I mean, it's awesome. Listen, we've got kids. My wife used to babysit kids. We wanted to have things that they would have fun with. We still have a few things. Got a couple swings in the yard. But that stuff gets used still. That slide, nobody used it. I'm not kidding you. I haven't seen anybody use it for 3 years. Taylor says that some of the kids still use it, but the kids, if she babysits now, it's just here and there. It's not like, she works at the school now, so she's not doing it every day like she used to. And typically now when she does it, I'm not here, so I don't see what they do, but it was kind of one of those things for her, I think, where so many memories she had of seeing kids enjoy that slide. She didn't want to see it go, and I get that. I do get it. But also, we'll just make memories doing something else. Now, it's not the end of the world, and it does make me really happy. So, another thing, this is funny. This is actually really funny. Our kids are 13-year-old boys, right? Twins. And they were growing mustaches just here. Oh my goodness. And I've been asking for weeks, neighbor's home, if I could shave them because they needed it. She kept saying, no, no, they're just babies. No, they're not. Finally, she let me do it yesterday. Dear God. Looking like Pedro. I'm gonna talk to my neighbor. You know Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite? And what's his name? Is it Napoleon? I don't know. They're eating lunch and he says, how long does it take you to grow that mustache? And Pedro goes, a couple days. Whatever he says. My kids look like Pedro. Oh, they don't anymore. Thank God. Anyway, this stump, dear God. You know, we'll see. We'll see how things go. I'd like to get it out of here. And also, like, that's not my main goal, really. I just want to get dirt. But what I've noticed is, so this trail where I back down, I drop leaves. I drop them on the way back, and I drop them when I'm driving out of here. Because that's just what happens, you know what I mean? And what I'm worried about is that dead leaves are really acidic. I don't know. I'm afraid that if I put a bunch of dead leaves down where I'm gonna try and grow grass, that the grass won't grow because there's dead leaves in the dirt. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know, but maybe somebody in the comments knows more about yards than I do. If you do, please tell me, because you know this is fun and all, digging stumps out. But if I can just take dirt from wherever it's easy to get it, maybe that would be better. I mean, look at this. That's what I'm trying to dig through right now. Let's see if we can get that sucker out of the way. Gotta get it. Can't miss it. I mean, it's dead, right? So, oh, it all comes out pretty easy. But still. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. Do I need to worry about the leaves in the dirt, or do I not? Let go. Vines. Everything. Two birds, one stone. That's what I'm doing. Filling in my holes, getting rid of this old dead stump. And the stump really is not in my way at all. It's only in my way right now. I don't cut grass back here or anything. There's no grass back here. I think it was just kind of something I said I was going to do, so now I've got to do it. So, like this scoop right here is going to have some dead leaves in it. Some of you are saying, no, don't put it in there. Some of you are saying, yeah, definitely put it in there. Who really knows? Isn't it crazy how the internet works? And I'm serious. As much information as that is out there, we have the internet. We can just ask it questions. Have you noticed? I'm sure you have. You can go to a Google search and search, is it bad to leave leaves in your yard over the winter because of the acidity? Will that hurt your grass for the next year? Or is it better to leave them? And I promise you, I know this for sure because I've done it. You're gonna get the exact opposite answer. Read one article, it'll tell you one thing. Read another one, opposite. Deck on. So where do you go to get answers? I'm not trying to do it. You know, this is not like something I'm trying to do to make a living or anything. I'm just doing it at my own home. I just want to know, you know, help a guy out. I'm just a DIY guy, right? I want to give myself the best chance to grow some grass in my own yard. And I don't know how to get an answer of what, you know, the best thing for me to do is. Because it's, I don't get it. That is the same with so many things too. Ask it something, read an article, and then click another article just to learn more or confirm what you just read. And it's gonna tell you the exact opposite. Not in every case, but in way more than I'm comfortable with. Way more. You know what I'm gonna do? I've got a winch on the front of this four-wheeler. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep digging right here and get it to where I can tie on to my winch with my winch to the stump, and I'm gonna pull that sucker out. That's what I'm gonna do. Maybe we'll try that in my next trip up here. I don't know if I've got it close enough yet. There are a lot of roots. A lot of roots. This tree was pretty happy at one time, I guess. And you know what? I'm not even the one who cut it down. I don't know who did. Somebody, somewhere along the line, decided this tree did not need to be here. But they left a stump. Whatever. I guess they looked at it the same way I do. It really doesn't matter. It's not in the way. But again, I just told you I'm gonna get it out of here. So now I'm going to. Oh, I'm getting dangerously high with this load. One more scoop. What do you call the roots that go straight down? Is that a tap root? I think it's called a tap root. This thing's got several of them. Already went through that one, I think. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Oh, goodness. Let me show you what this looks like real quick. We're getting there. Look at that. So I think if I wrap, I'm gonna have to get pretty low because that thing is rotten. But if I wrap my, let me show you that too. See this winch? If I wrap that around that sucker, might be able to yank it out of there. We're gonna try it. Let me go dump this load real quick. Then we'll come back and try and yank it out. Right on, all right. All right, let's get this stump, let's try it. Here it is, look. I've dug all that out. And it just occurred to me, instead of just digging, I might be able to use this winch, wrap it around. I'm gonna wrap it around that sucker and yank on it and see what happens. All right, hopefully that camera will stay there for a second. All right, so. Sorry. This wire is pretty thick, so it should hold on. But what I want to do, I want to wrap it around and get as low as I can because I'm afraid. Wrong way. I'm afraid that if I don't, when you wrap it around, it'll squeeze down, right? It'll pull. This will pull, and I'll hook this onto this, and as it tightens up, it's gonna really squeeze that stump. And what I'm afraid of is because this thing is so old, I'm afraid it might just squeeze right through it. We're gonna find out though. I just got to get more of this out. All right, that might be enough. So go around it. Oh yeah, here. Golly, I got plenty. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna back up, and let me just do this. I'll make this easier. How do I flip my camera? You know what? I don't know how. So let me do this. I'm gonna aim it right there. First I gotta back up. Watch the wind. See how it's going around the tree there? Okay, so I'm up against this bank over here. I didn't think that through very well. It's all right. It's not much of a bank. It's not going to be enough to make it. So this doesn't work, but I need to get that hooked around. That hooked right there. Shank this sucker. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh my. It budged a little bit. I tell you what, I'm gonna try it a couple more times, but I saw it move just a tiny bit, not very much, and it is kind of doing what I was afraid of too. See how it's eating into that tree? I don't want to make it. I don't want to cut the tree in half. I want to keep that stump because I want to be able to pull with it, right? Pull on it. Ooh. All right, let me try this again. This camera work is not excellent, and I'm sorry, but I don't know how to flip my camera around. I know what the thing looks like. It's just not an option on my phone right now. Anyway, we'll just see what happens here. Let me try this one more time. And I'm gonna take my time with it. Not in a race. There it goes. It hooked itself back on. Hook back on there again. You see it? Do you see it wobbling? Yeah, let me give it a little bit of slack. I'm gonna give it a good yank. And let's just hope that hook stays where it's supposed to. If not, I can wrap the hook around the wire again and that'll hold on to it, but I don't want to do it. Let's see what happens here. I got to do some more digging, which is fine. I got a feeling I could pull if I had a tractor. If I had a bigger whatever. I don't need a bigger four-wheeler. I need a daggone tractor or backhoe or something. It's just not enough. Or my truck, maybe. I could drive my truck up here. What's the point, though? Let's, I'm gonna do some more digging. I gotta put my wagon back on. I got it over here right now. I'm gonna put my wagon back on and get another load from right around that stump, and then I'm gonna hook onto it again in a little bit, and I'm gonna try again. My neighbor right now on his tractor. He uses his every day though with his horses, and he's got other properties and stuff that he works on. So it makes sense for him to have one. It really doesn't make sense for me to have one, other than it would just make what I'm doing today. I'd be done by now. I'd already be done. Whatever. I'm just being a baby. I got a wagon and a four-wheeler, which is way better than a wheelbarrow. So I'm in pretty good shape. I'll get it done. All right. All right. Well, here's this little tree. So I want to clear all this out someday. I know I keep talking about it, but oh, come on. Look at all the roots. I'm telling you, even the little ones, they just don't want to let go. Okay, go on. I wasn't gonna mess with that little tree right there until I got this one out, this big stump. But that daggone winch, I've learned that if I just try to reel it in and there's no tension on it, it gets all balled up in that. So I hooked it onto that little tree so that I could pull myself to it, right? Just put the four-wheeler in neutral and started pulling in the winch wire, and I accidentally pulled the little tree over. Whoops. It's all right. Like I said, I was gonna get it anyway eventually. I'll tell you what, you're gonna start seeing all the stuff that I've been bumping into. This stump, daggone. I guess like any of them, there's so much to a tree that you never even think about because it's all underground. There's another thing that I've read that I don't know if it's accurate or not, but it makes sense. Whatever you see above the ground on a tree, there's that much underneath the ground in roots. Right now, I think I believe that. Lots of roots on this little sucker. Is anybody out there, just got a question, kind of a random question for you. Has anybody got out a farmer's tan as sweet as mine? Oh. Has anybody got one that even competes with mine? We're having a farmer's tan challenge right now. You don't want this. Check it out. You don't want to go up against that. I'm trying to get rid of it right now. That's why I'm not wearing a shirt. The Farmer's Tan Challenge. World champion, Wiethoff. Oh. If you think you can beat me, let me know. But I bet you can't. You know what? That's kind of funny, actually. You could post pictures in the comments, I think. Try it. If you got a farmer's tan that's worse than mine, show me. I want to see it. I bet you don't. And you know what's going to be funny too? Is all the people that are looking at the comments that didn't watch the video this far, they're going to have no idea what's going on. And then people are going to start sending me pictures of their farmer's tan, and they won't even know why they're doing it. Oh, goodness, I love it. I love it. Having a lot of fun with all this, by the way, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, being so supportive. Pretty awesome. You know, I guess there's a lot of things that made this make sense for me. And I know that you know me because I was an actor, or I am an actor. I don't know what I am. Was. And one of the things about that is that I don't think a lot of actors do YouTube channels because they want to be known as an actor, like on the screen or in the game or however they do it, right? But I haven't auditioned for anything. And this is the truth. I haven't auditioned for anything. For like, other than like some commercials and stuff, like voiceover commercials, for like 17 years. I realized that 8 months ago or 6, whatever, how long ago it was. And I thought, what am I doing? Why not? I'm not an actor. You know what I'm saying? Like something comes up that works, that I think is interesting, of course. But there's no reason for me to say, I don't want to have a YouTube channel because then I'm afraid. And truthfully, I think that what it is that if you have a YouTube channel, probably, and you're an actor, people don't take you seriously as an actor because they see you as a YouTube person, right? So there's probably the fear of, if casting directors know that I have a YouTube channel, they're not going to look at me as someone who's serious about acting because I'm on YouTube doing stuff, right? I mean, anyway, maybe that makes sense to you, maybe it doesn't. But it was something that years ago I would have said, no, I'm not doing a YouTube channel. I'm an actor. If I'm going to be on screen, it's going to be, well, in my case, a video game. You know? Now, I'm not trying to do that. That's not my goal. My goal right now is to ultimately, I want to be able to work from home. I got a wife and kids that I really like to hang out with. They always can use my help with different things. All of them. Also, we've got plenty of pets. I like hanging out with them. There's plenty to do around here to keep me busy. So I thought about all of it and I thought, you know what? Let's do it. I mean, there's a lot more that goes into it too, obviously, right? Like having a big social media following and really doing nothing with it. I thought, why? Why do I have it? Why do I care about growing it? I'm not doing anything with it. So now, obviously, you know, we're raising money for charity here. Amazing. 416 members right now. This is June of 2025. Remember that. I would love to make that number be obviously so much bigger, but I'm so happy right now because you know that grew from zero. From zero. I started off on the wrong platform for all of this stuff. I'm not even gonna mention it. That was 6 months ago. That ended 5 months ago, whatever. Then I started doing all this stuff on Patreon, which is cool, it's great. YouTube, so much more exposure, and we're raising a whole lot more money now, which is what I was hoping for. And you know, this whole thing is evolving, right? I'm learning as I go. But some of you have been here since the very beginning, and you're very much appreciated. Those of you who are here now, this is what I'm doing now. I still have a regular job. If I can find a way to get a sponsor or two through YouTube somehow, some company that says, yeah, you know what, we like what you're doing, and we want to help you continue to do that. You just got to show our stuff. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. Then I don't have to leave and go to work. I can just hang out and enjoy my life with my wife and my kids and our pets, and continue to do this kind of thing. And not just filling holes, but there's 1,000 things I could do. I might be able to teach you something. If not, you can just laugh at me. Tell me I'm wrong. Whatever, I don't care. Doing the gym buddy thing every Monday through Friday, that's been really enjoyable. I'm getting in shape. Look at that. Look at that. When I really think about it and I try and I know the camera's looking, I can make myself ripped. When I don't think about it, obviously you've seen this whole video, I'm not ripped, but I'm way better than I was before I started that. I'm enjoying every bit of this though. And I just want to thank you all for being here, being supportive. And we'll see where it goes. I don't know. I mean, people have suggestions. Some people want me to do a podcast. Some people want me to do more cooking videos, do those live. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. I just need, even now I've got more time than I did, but if I had like a whole day every day for as long as I need, I can do a lot of things. And I don't know, I'd love to get you involved more too. I used to, like, I built this chicken coop down here that I can see. And I would be live. It was on Instagram. It's still there if you're interested in checking it out to get an idea of what I'm talking about. Anyway, if you didn't see it before, but I just would pick up random people and we would talk about whatever they had on their mind for a few minutes, and then back to working on the chicken coop. And I enjoyed that so much. That's kind of dangerous because you just never know who's going to be on the other end of that. But I want to tell you something. Every single person I picked up was cool. Every one of them. It was awesome. I'd love to do more of that. I don't know. One thing I need to do is dig around the backside of that, which maybe is what I'm going to do next. But I need to go dump this load, and I need to eat. And we got a long way to go. All right. Yeah, right on. Okay, so I've taken a couple more loads down. You know what I said? I thought it was going to take 10 loads. I don't think it is. I think it's going to take probably 3 more. I've taken 2 to where the slide was. I've taken 2 loads there. I think it's going to take 3 more, maybe 4. We'll find out. But anyway, I keep digging around this stump, and I'm recognizing that once I get this stump out of here, I'm going to have to fill this hole back in. So I don't want to keep digging. And then I went and I got this little guy. I don't know if you can see it, but so this, instead of letting this thing hook on there and keep falling off, I got that. And that, you know what's going to happen? That's going to get bent and it's going to be almost impossible to get off, but I'll get it off. Anyway, That's what I'm doing. I got it wrapped around there and I've been yanking on it and it's moving. So I don't know if it's gonna come out right now or not, but I want you to be able to see it if it does. Because what's the fun of yanking it out if you don't get to see it? Anyway, I'm gonna put this right there. So you can see it, and you'll be able to see it move too. Let's see. I just had an alarm go off on my phone. Woof, that's frustrating. Anyway, look at this. I got this set up, and you wanna watch. Here's what you wanna keep an eye on. This whole thing's gonna go poof, poof, and then eventually it's gonna go all the way down. Oh, let's go. You know what? I'm getting you even closer because, believe it or not, I had that set up right in front of the tire. You don't want to be there. Probably getting run over. All right, here we go. Let's see how long this takes. It may not be ready yet, but I think it's real close. Goodness, I just broke the thing, look. Oh man! It's all right. Well, it just got shorter, but I can cut this off. I can cut it off right here and just put that on there. I bet you anything if I had my truck and my chain, I think it's a 3/8 inch chain, I'd have this sucker out of here by now. But you know what? We're not doing it that way. We're doing it this way because this is how we started, and so this is how we're gonna finish, daggone it. We're doing it this way. Let me unhook this and I'm gonna get the wagon back on and get some more dirt. I'm gonna dig from back here now. I'm gonna get all this behind it, and then before we know it, we're gonna just knock that thing right out of there. And let me just show you something too. This is, I know, I should have just never opened my mouth about it. But you see how far back in there that is? That affects nothing. Nothing. Other than every time I go up there to get more dirt, I'm gonna know. There was a stump there and I got it out. I didn't give up until I got it. Which means nothing. Well, not nothing. Sometimes you start something, you gotta finish it. Even if it's insignificant like this. All right, let me get some more dirt. And then I gotta fix my winch. So you can see what's going on down here. See what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be more than it probably actually is. And this, I'm gonna sit you down here so I can show you how I've been doing it. Dump it, almost all of it comes out, but not all of it, right? So there's a bit of a hole right here, and when I drive away, you'll see it kind of dump the rest of it right there. See that? That's what I'm talking about. I don't know. I've been giving this this dump trailer kind of a hard time. I really shouldn't be though, because it's definitely making what I'm doing a lot easier. a lot easier than it would be if I didn't have it, right? So don't be afraid to choke up on your rake. If you got too much, if it's too heavy, see, like I can get a bunch there, but if I choke up on it, watch. You can move a whole lot more, a lot easier. Just sometimes you gotta choke up a little bit. Anyway, I'm just trying to make this like somewhat flat. More than anything, I mean, you know, the look of it, right? But when I'm cutting grass, I don't like bouncing around so much. I just want it to be smooth and just cruise along and enjoy my after. I love cutting grass, but the more smooth it is, the more I enjoy it. I know that much for sure. Anyway, just trying to kind of spread this out. And through here, I don't know, this is kind of possibly, I might be doing a whole lot of work for nothing because the water, the rainwater comes right through here. And what happens when it really kind of flows, picks up sand and dirt, and then water with sand and dirt in it flowing through is one of the most destructive things. It creates a giant hole everywhere it goes. Which makes sense. I mean, if you think about it, it's carrying that sand and it's real abrasive. And it just makes a big mess. And then the problem is, you fill it back in, if it rains again, it just washes it right back out. So I did that in my front yard. I tried to create kind of a swale so that water would go where I wanted it to. And this is another reason why I don't need a tractor. I borrowed my brother-in-law's skid loader, and I got a little carried away, dug out more than I really needed to, like a lot more, honestly. And had just a giant area of dirt. And yeah, the water, it went right through there. But it also picked up all the dirt, and it made, I'm not kidding you, it made a trench so big that I could get in it and you would not see me. It was that deep, and it just was gonna keep going. So I got a bunch of stone number 2. They're big. They're like, they're not riprap big, but they're pretty big stone. So I filled all that trench in with that stone, and I left, I don't know, 4 inches low from the rest of the ground. And then what I should do, I don't know if I've got it still or not. I got this stuff called silt fence. Silt fence is the stuff you see around construction sites where basically it can rain and it can wash whatever it wants, but that silt fence will catch all the dirt and everything so it doesn't just spread out everywhere and do exactly what I'm telling you it did to my yard. I should put like 3 or 4 of them through here so when it washes, it doesn't wash that far, right? And it doesn't do any damage beyond here. I should do that. If I have them, I think I saved some actually from when I did that. If I can find them, I might put them in, because that would really, honestly, I don't want to do it because it's work and it takes time, but in the long run, that would save me. That's like the only thing that saved me the last time. I don't know if you can see this. Remember, it's all gonna settle. It's way better. Gone. It's already way better than it was. I'm just right here. I've got to fix what my dogs did. But look. So I'm gonna stand in the spots where I think that I need more dirt. And I think you'll be able to tell better mean, I could definitely do like 2 or 3 more loads, just all in this area, all through here. Could be higher. I need more here, which to you, I don't know if you ever even saw this part or not, but there's a big hole right here I'm standing in. I need some more down here. I think I need 1, 2, 3. I think I need 3 more loads. 3. I also, I just dug around. I just dug around the backside of that stump up there. And I think, so what I might do, I'll go get the chain out of my truck. I'll get the chain out of my truck. I'll put the ball on the back of this, the hitch on the back of this 4-wheeler. We'll wrap the, I might not even need to do that. Anyway, we'll wrap that chain around the stump and we'll drive out forward, facing forwards. It's not gonna break that chain. I think we're gonna get that sucker. Let's try it. Let's try it. We got about that much time, honestly, to do that, and then get 1 more load and dump it. And then I gotta come back inside and shower and eat and all that good stuff because I'm doing a stream here real soon. So I know that obviously the stream will be long. It will have happened a long time ago by the time you see this, but that's what's going on. Yeah. My goodness. I mean, looking at this yard, if I got real serious about it and I did what you see the guys, the yard guys that really know what they're doing, they put the sand down and then they get a 2x4, like a 8 or 10 foot 2x4, and they screed it off and they make it so their yard is perfectly flat. Oh my goodness, I would. If I knew it would stay that way, I'd be happy to do that, but I know that it won't. Anyway, all right, let me go get that chain. I'll get back on this here in a second. All right, I got my chain. And let me just show you this, because this is sketch. This part's not sketchy. This part is just the way I want it, right? I got the chain. It goes around and around again, and it's hooked there. And I like that part. What's sketchy is this. I thought this hook might go through this hole, or there's another hole behind it. Daggone, sorry. I thought it might go through that hole, but it doesn't. So, as you can see, I've got it going around back through there. And that's a little sketchy. I hope I don't break anything on my 4-wheeler. I won't break the chain. I can fix what I already broke on the winch. Not worried about that. I don't want to break my 4-wheeler though. And I don't know where a good place to put you is going to be. Maybe here. Maybe right here. Oh, look at that. You like that spot? Let's do that. So you won't see me on the 4-wheeler, but you'll see the stump hopefully coming right out of the ground, right there. I'm going to give you that angle. Daggone, I just hope it doesn't fall. I really hope these text messages aren't messing up these videos. Daggone it. I don't think they will, but man, if they do, that's going to be a real big bummer. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens. Now I'm squared up with it. So now I'm ready to like really yank on it. Let's see what happens. Let me pull it tight real quick. See what happens. See, I thought it was gonna make that chain spin around and like does. All right. Oh, man. Here we go. Oh. That thing is still really holding on, isn't it? Goodness. Well, I really thought by now we'd have had it. I really thought so. But we don't. So I got my axe. And I got a feeling when I get through these roots right here, it's gonna come on out of here. Let me see. Let me see what happens if I cut this root. My goodness, yeah. That's a big part of it. These roots down here, I think, are already loose. I think. I think there's nothing there. Let's try it again. See what happens. Ooh. All right, here we go. Oh! You gotta see what's going on here. Maybe a little bit of a different angle. Watch this. All right, you can see the root, the tree. Watch what happens here. We're getting this sucker. You know what? Now, because I can, I'm going around right here. It didn't rip it off the way I thought it was going to, but it tried, didn't it? Where's the end of that sucker? There it is. There. Oh. Maybe just that. I don't know. That might do it. Let me do this. I'll hook it right there. That way it's got less of a chance to slide off. All right, I'm hoping I can just drive out of here with this thing right now. we got it. We got it. Oh, look at all those roots. I tell you what, left a pretty good hole too, didn't it? Which is all right. This stuff, when it rains, it all, because I undermine it when I'm digging it, it all collapses down and kind of fills in. It makes it, you know, not perfect, but you see over here what's going on. If it falls in, it's fine. I got plenty of space now. It's wide enough to back in there, which is really all I want. We got it, didn't we? We got the stump for no reason at all, but it was kind of fun. It's out. It's out now, and we can look at it and say, we won. It's, I guess the funny thing is this, oh goodness. This tree has been dead, or at least cut down, for years. I mean, we moved in here 12 or 13 years ago, and I didn't cut it down. So, oh, it stole my chain though. Whoever did, they did it a long, long time ago. So there's no reason for this to have been as hard as it was. I don't think I wrecked my four-wheeler either, thank God. But anyway, stubborn sucker, wasn't it? I think I'm just gonna push it into the woods. I could burn it. I could burn it, I guess. But also, I don't know. Right now, I'm gonna leave it right where it is. And just be happy that it's not something I'm messing with anymore. And then I can take all this dirt. Daggone. See, now I gotta fill this hole in. I don't have to, but I back in here with leaves. So I kind of do have to. Would have been a lot easier to just leave the stump, but the stump was in the way, so now it's not. We'll fill this hole in. That really won't take any time. And pretty soon we're gonna have a flat yard for the dogs to dig in. I need to, well, I can take this chain off right now. Let me take this off and just make sure I didn't break anything here. I don't think I did. No, everything's good here. All right. Got it. No problem. Should I be the guy that comes to your house and fixes your stuff? I'll get her done. Oh, I'll get her done. You know what? That's what a lot of people do, actually. A lot of people that you hire to do stuff do exactly that. I'll get her done. We got her out there. And then, you know, you look at it and you go, oh my goodness, you did it. That's awesome. How'd you do it? And they're like, well, we did it. If you don't see them do it and you know that it got done, you're happy, right? Anyway, we done it. We done did it. All right, so I'm gonna hook the trailer back up. I'm gonna get some more dirt. I'm gonna take it down there and dump it. Then I gotta get going. So this is it for today. I don't know when I'm gonna be back to this, but I gotta put seed down and straw, and I'm not done. I'm definitely not done. So maybe this week we'll get some of that going. Right on. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Take care of yourself. If you got any stumps, just give me a call. We'll get them. Later.